What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today is something a little different. Rather than a stream, I've been seeing a lot of things and being DM'd to me about how to do certain things for your QBCore framework, particularly mechanic shops. A lot of people have been asking. So today I'm going to show you guys how to set those up, make them. By make them, I mean make custom ones. So you're going to need a couple things. Obviously, you're going to need a mechanic script, whether it's QB mechanics, gym mechanics, or Quasar mechanic. I think there's an OK one. I highly recommend the gym mechanics. The link for it I will put in the description of the video. It's fairly easy to set up. It's a little hard at first, but kind of once you catch on to things, it gets pretty simple. So we're going to open up the directory of it. So you got to go to resource. We're going to close this real quick just so I can kind of get a fresh mind here. So the first thing you want to do is set up the job for it, because it's going to be a mechanic shop, right? So we're going to grab this one here. We're going to copy it. Scroll down. Paste. And then we're going to change the name. We're going to call this one Flywheels. Oops, if I can spell. And then Flywheels. And then it's going to be a type. It's going to be mechanic. We're going to keep this as is because it's just going to be, pretty simple. Simple stuff. So once the job is created, you're going to hit Control S, or you could hit File Save, whichever you prefer. And then you're going to go to your mechanic script itself, which ours is in resources, gym mechanic. And then you're going to go to client, locations, and it's going to pull up all the stuff you're going to need to create these little mechanic shops. Now, this is actually a duplicate of the one we just made. I already named it Flywheels. So you're going to just take one of these, copy it, and paste it right below this marker. If you do it below it, it's going to line up perfectly. If you put it right at the end of it, it's going to mess up all the line of code. It just takes one line of code to goof it up. So we're going to have to alter all of this stuff. The vectors, all this stuff. We're going to start from the top, from zones equals vector 2. So how we're going to do that is we're going to go into the server. We got people in the server, so let them know that I'm doing this so that way they don't come bother me during this. So we're here right inside Flywheels.
Yeah, I know it's gonna give me the shits, but I need some taco bomb in my
We're
mouth.
going to get
Bronco,
the polys,
man.
which was those vector 2s that we were just discussing. So we're going to go all the way over here to this fence. We're going to line up with the building. So we're going to start from here. You're going to do / PZ creates space poly, because that's a zone type, right? You're going to name it whatever you want. In our case, it's Flywheels. Hit enter. See that red line that starts? Then you're going to go all the way down this way. It won't let you run because it's weird like
Hey,
that.
you need to come over
So
so
we're
we
going to
can play
walk
some
all
video
the way
games.
down here to the end of the lot.
What's
We're going to
going
make
on?
a
They
big
discontinued
square.
my favorite candy bar, man. Now I know how it feels to lose a loved one.
And then you just stop right over here. Doesn't matter how as long as it's within the radius of where you're putting it. So PZ add. See that big green line? Now you're gonna follow this all the way across. Like I said, we're gonna make a big, huge cube, which is pretty much making the polyzone for the mechanic shop in general. You want to keep it within a certain distance, so that way it all lines up together. So in our case, we'd put PZ add here. And we're going to end it right here at this fence because we don't need that interior space, because anything inside that green square is going to be totally fine. We can end it right here if we want. Actually, yeah, right over here. It may look weird, I know. But this is a bizarre looking lot, so there you go. And now, if you look at it from an above perspective, it's all in one zone. It's high up there, too. And you just simply... We're going to go inside of Polyzone. And then do PZ finish. Boom. And then the square disappears. Now you're going to go into your server console. Go to your main directory, which is outside your resource folder, which is inside whatever you got your server inside of. You're going to click on this poly created zones.txt. Find the one you just made, which in our case is these vectors right here. I'm going to copy them, and we're going to paste them right here. So all of these vectors are going to change. And there you go. There's your zones. So now we're going to set up a stash, a store, a crafting table, a clock-in spawn point, a garage spawn point, where payments can be made, where you'll charge people, manual repair station, that's what we'll start with first, is the manual repairs. So manual repair station, we could put it right here. Could literally just come up, literally, not how I just said it, but literally put it here. So we're going to do / vector 4. Then you're going to go find the one where it says manual repair. And you're going to change this right here up until this purple bracket. Control V. Scroll back over, get rid of the R, the O, and the T. It should just say vec 4. That's how you want it to duplicate what it says here. You hit File, Save, and then just to make sure that it works, we're going back into the server. Type refresh in the F8 console, and then restart gym mechanic. Hit enter. And then the reason why we just moved is because there you go. There's your manual spawn point. You could use the repair station. And you got your vehicle. So if you're in a hurry and you don't want to wait for somebody to do the work manually, that's what you can do. So now we're going to create a stash. So we're going to run over here. We're going to put the stash here. So you'll stand right in front of here. Vector 4, copy it again. It'll say coordinates are copied to the clipboard. Now we'll go to stash, where it says vec 4, all the way up to the purple bracket like before. Control V. You're going to move your cursor past the 4, and then rename it vec 4. Remember, it has to say vec 4. If you leave vector, it's not going to work. It'll break the code. And then you're going to wonder, like, well, I put the coordinates in, right? Well, make sure you look at the code, make sure everything matches. So now the same thing applies. We saved it. Refresh. Restart. Oh, there was something there, and now it's not there. So now we're going to do / set job. Oh, it's because it doesn't have the job. So the job is going to be flywheels. Right? There you go. Make sure that's always set, because that's the job that's going to basically enable you to use all of these items that are with the script. So clocking in, store, crafting, all of that stuff. So we're already inside of our Visual Studio Code. So we're going to save the flywheels job. And then go back to locations, and then we're going to move on to the next thing. So you want your auto clock in to be false, exit false. Now the store will be next. Let's copy vector 4. The store is basically where you're going to get all of your items for your mechanic stuff. So for now, what we're going to put is mechanic, just so we can actually see. Just so we can actually see everything. We're already set for being a mechanic, so we should be able to see it in a moment. / job. Yes. Oh, wait, maybe I didn't save it. File, save. Oh, there's the purple marker, so come over here. There's your stash. This is going to have the stash stuff that's already in there. So, if we don't want it there and don't want it to conflict with anything, we could push it someplace else. But for now, we're going to put it right here. So we're going to copy vector 4. Go up to here, where it says vec4, to the bracket. Boom. Move it over. Control S. Go back into your server, refresh it, and you restart. I should have changed it, but oh, it did. Okay, so browse your stash. There you go. Now you set up the store. You go here. The store is where you're going to get all your mechanic materials. Oops, vector 4. So it says store equals, and then you put the vec, which is the coordinates that you just copied to your clipboard. Remember to change this to vec4. It cannot say vector like this one up here. It has to be, see how they all say vec4? They all have to say vec4. And then you just rinse and repeat. Refresh, restart, just to make sure that it all shows up. If you have to walk away for a minute, boom, browse store. Get your performance items, which is all of your... So these items here, bear in mind, they come with the script. Make sure you read the README file when installing this script, because if you don't, one mess up and you're going to wonder why nothing works. So just always read the README. But this is where you'll get all of your mechanic tools, performance items in this table here, and of course cosmetic items. Really in-depth mechanic script. So now we go over to the crafting table. We are going to be able to craft items for your mechanic shop. So we go back in here where it says crafting, right here. Get the vector 4. It's already been copied. Boom. Make sure we change that back to vec 4. Control S. We go back into the server, refresh, restart. And just like that, mechanic crafting. You can literally craft tools. You can craft performance items. You can craft cosmetic items. So just for shits and giggles, we'll go into mechanic, and we're gonna craft some car oil. Just for the sake of the tutorial. And there you go. Just like that, we get vehicle oil, which should be in our inventory somewhere. Or it went into the stash. Nope, it's right here. See? Car oil. Ta-da! There you go. Is my phone still, like, actually, like, gold? I can't believe it. I managed to change the colors of the phones. Anyways, after that, we go back into there, move on to the next one, clock in. So this is the important one. This is the one you're going to mess with the most, is the clock in and the payments. Those are the ones you're going to play with the most. The reason being is because if you don't want it to be floating, you don't want your clocking computer to be floating in midair, we're going to put it here. Okay. And then we're just going to slightly no clip into the counter. if it'll allow us to. There you go. So as much as like maybe like right here. I shouldn't have moved because now it's all goofy. You want to get in there just enough to where you can get the vector. And you're going to have to play with this a bit. So we're going to find the one that says clock in, vec 4. Move on down. Vec 4, save. Same thing as before, rinse and repeat. Refresh. Always refresh, because what it's going to do is it's going to refresh any save files. I refreshed it twice by accident, that's okay. Then there you go. Look at that, it's perfectly surfaced practically. It's not floating or anything like that, it doesn't look peculiar. Open boss menu, mechanic. We'll change the job on here to flywheels once the server restarts, and that boss menu will say flywheels. You can manage your employees, hire, storage access. You can store stuff in there. Saved outfits, which we don't worry about because we use vMenu for clothing. And then money management, you could put like you can deposit money, withdraw money from your actual account. Then you move over here and we move on to payments. So we're going to copy the vector ahead of time. Oh no, we're not, because we're not even positioned. So again, just slowly tap right into there. We don't want it to be hanging off of there. Hanging off of the counter, it would look kind of weird. So we copy this vec all the way down. Move the cursor all the way back. So it says vec 4. Save. Gonna refresh again. Restart it. And there it is. Oh no, what's happening? And there you go. There's your register. And you can charge your customer based off of who's there when you're clocked in. So we're gonna clock in real quick, just for the sake of tutorial. Charge a customer. If anyone's nearby, it'll come up, cash or card, the name of the player, all that good stuff, right? So now that's done. And I thought that was gonna be the trickier part, but I've done this a couple of times already, so I've kind of got it figured out for the most part. So after that, we go back in, and now we're going to set up the garages, which basically gives you a list of vehicles that you can add. You can add as many, I think you can add as many of these as you want to the list of vehicles that you could use for that job. But the ones we have here are just there by default. I added this flatbed 3 because it's got a special tow truck attachment to it. You're going to want to put this someplace, like maybe like right here. Or even outside the building. So if we want, we could put it like right here, which I think is exactly where we're going to put it. I'm going to put it here. We're going to copy the vector. And then we're going to go down to where it says garage spawn. Now, out. Don't worry about spawn. Spawn is going to be a spot where the vehicle is going to spawn. You want to do out first because that's where the garage machine, it's like a little kiosk, is going to pop out at. So you go there, scroll that way, save, and then we check our work just like we've been doing, and it's going to pop up right there. So there's your kiosk, your third eye it, and there you go. Say we want to pull out, I don't know, flatbed MTL. Whoa, my gird! Alright, that didn't work out as planned because we didn't change. We didn't change what we were going to change. And that was important. So, goes to show right there, you make a mistake, it could take one critical thing and then it goes in the wrong area. So now we want the spawn to go right over here. That was actually kind of funny. That was really funny. That made my day. Alright, so now we go over to where it says spawn. We copied the vector already. There you go. Change that to vec 4. Save it. Now we check the work, make sure that it's going to spawn in the right place this time instead of in that other area where it did. And I don't know, slam truck. There you go. There's your slam truck. So that's where your stuff is gonna go. I feel like we should move this though. I feel like it's in the way, so we're gonna put it like right here. We're gonna put it like right here. So we're gonna recopy that vector, and then where it says out, we're gonna put it where it's not. Like, I feel like in a sense it was gonna be in the way, like if people are coming in for gas or whatever, or if they need to park their cars because they're waiting on their car to be repaired and whatnot. I feel like that's gonna get in the way, and then people are just gonna be slamming into it. So now we just refresh, restart, all that good stuff, and there you go. Make sure that's not gonna spawn right on top of each other, so we tried the tow truck. There you go. Well, it's actually right there by the phone kiosk. So we're gonna move the spawn point a little bit. So we're gonna move it right here, which would actually be a perfect spot for it to spawn, if you ask me. So there you go. We go to spawn, vec4. Oh, whoa, we went too far. We just want that. There you go. There's your vec4. Move it that way. I'm not gonna keep telling you guys to move it. You guys have already probably picked up on the fact. vec4, it must be vec4. But I can't stress it enough, because that's a critical point. Never, ever stress that part enough. Because code, if it's off even by a Kindle, you're in for a line of trouble there. There you go. That's much better. So now that we got pretty much most of the lot configured to how we want it, and pretty much set up for business, now we move on to the blip. So where you want the blip to appear on your map, we can put it like right here. And they want vector 3. Believe it or not. So now it's a vector 3 that they want, because it's a totally different thing. But it has to say vec3. Just like vec4, so gotta say vec3. Save it. We refresh. We restart. You hit your start button. There's your blip. Not even sure what that says, to be honest. Probably because I'm right on top of it, so I'm just gonna move away from it. I just ate a sandwich for some weird reason. So that's gonna say Mosley's Towing, but it's not Mosley's Towing anymore. So now we just need to change the name to Flywheels, but it's not gonna take effect. Oh, that's why. Fly wheels. And we want to change the blip color. How you do that? You go onto the FiveM natives, blips, and it has all the blips and colors. So if we don't want that same icon that we had for Mosley's back there, which was the last one that I made, we can change it to, I don't know, any one of these blips. You want the number. You want this number underneath the blip. Should be one that's like a big fat F. That'd be nice. So yeah, we'll use this. 210, right? Or better yet, we'll just change the color. So we'll keep the one that we have. We're just going to change the color on it. So it's just a little mechanic thing. And for the sake, we'll change it green. And put a number 2. Blip color is number 2. Hit file save. We once again refresh. We once again do that. And there you go, it's green. And it says Flywheels. That's that. I don't know why there's a burger emote in my hand, but you know. That's pretty much how you create your own mechanic shops. It's pretty straightforward. It's just all about using vectors and just putting things in the right spot. It's not difficult. If you guys would like to try the gym mechanic script, I'll post the link in the description down below. If you guys go check out, it's Jimothy scripts for FiveM. If you guys are looking for a fun, cool RP server to come join, you can join our server. It's California Paradise Roleplay. I'll put the link for that Discord and our website in the description. You guys can come check us out. But I hope this was helpful for anybody who is trying to create any sort of mechanic shops with their mechanic scripts. Make sure you drop a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And that's it, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day, afternoon, evening, wherever you may reside, and take care.